Chapter 9. After lunch, we went back into class. Miss Flowers had moved all the desks into a wide semicircle, so we had the entire center of the room to rehearse our play. "Let's have all people playing books stand on the left," she said, "and everyone else on the right." I followed her directions. "No, Hank," Miss Flowers said. "You're supposed to be on the right." "I know," I answered. "That's where I am." "Hank, you're on the left side," she explained. "Do you know which way is left and which is your right?" I always guess, and every now and then I'm right." "Well, not this time, Zipper Fang," McKelty said, with a snort. "Only a bird brain doesn't know right from left." "You better not ruffle the feathers on this bird, McKelty," I shot back. Everyone laughed, and I felt pretty good about that. The score? Hank Zipser 1, McKelty 0. Miss Flowers led me to my place. Then Frankie sat down at the table she had put in the center of the circle. "You may begin reading your lines," she said to him. "Remember that you are alone in the library. It's late at night." Frankie yawned and stretched. "The library is so dark and quiet when everyone is gone," he read. "It feels like a magical place where anything could happen." He put his head down on the table and pretended to fall asleep. "I wonder if I'll dream about books," he muttered, just before he closed his eyes. "Excellent," Miss Flowers said. "Remember to say your lines loud enough so everyone can hear you. And now all the children who are playing books start to come alive. Think about the title of your book, and then come up with the way you would move." Instantly, Ashley went into her zombie walk. McKelty flapped his arms and started to buzz like Aquafly. Luke threw his arms over his head and pretended he was an erupting volcano. I was standing next to Luke, and let me tell you, his volcano never showered. When his arms went up over his head, his armpits smelled like rotten bananas. My nose started to twitch. The hairs inside felt like they were being curled up into a little hairball. Without even thinking, I moved away from him and found myself in the middle of the circle. "Hank," Miss Flowers said, "you're playing a bookmark. You're supposed to be in the book, not in front of them." "But I'm a bookmark with a lot of personality," I said. Everyone laughed again, so I started to think about what a bookmark with a lot of personality would do. He wouldn't just sit between the pages of the book. Maybe he would wiggle his way to another page. Like a worm crawling around on the ground. As soon as that thought popped in my brain, I dropped to the floor. My body was off, wiggling across the stage area. "What are you doing, Hank?" Miss Flowers said with a smile. I guess she had never seen a bookmark flopping around her classroom before. I'm looking for my place in the best book," I said. "Well then, wiggle on over to me," Ashley said. "Zombies are always fun to read about." I twisted and squirmed and rolled all the way over to Ashley. Everybody in the class was cracking up. Even Miss Flowers couldn't stop herself from laughing.
"You're not going to put that stupid, wiggling junk in the play, are you?"
McKelty grumbled. His face was as red as a radish. "Are you kidding?" Frankie said to him. "Hank is being really funny."
"But he's not supposed to be funny," McKelty answered. "Besides, the parents are here to see me in the play. I'm the star."
There he was, being Nick McKelty again. He never tells the truth. It's always the truth times 100. Frankie and I call it the McKelty factor. Ashley didn't know about the McKelty factor. But when she heard it in action, she went nuts. "You are so not the star of this play," she said to him. "Every one of us is important, and remember, you're a fly. Everyone wants to swat you." We all cracked up at that, too. Boy, oh boy, did that ever make McKelty mad. He frowned so hard his lips almost dropped to the floor. "Okay, everyone," Miss Flowers said, trying to settle us down. "We have a lot of work to do. The play is only 2 days away." "So can I keep the wiggle in?" I asked her. "Only if you keep it very short," she said. "Remember, a little wiggle goes a long way." We went on with the rehearsal, but McKelty kept giving me a dirty look. Once, when I was standing next to him, he leaned over and whispered in my ear, "You better not try and steal the show again, Zipper Nose," he said, snarling at me through his slimy green teeth. It looked like there was a bunch of lettuce growing in there. "Oh, yeah? What are you going to do about it?" I snarled back. "Let's just say you'll be sorry." I gulped hard. As much as I don't like to admit it, that Mick McKelty can be very scary.